Hey everybody, so it's Sunday evening and let's do a quick little catch-up vlog. So from the YouTube perspective, there's going to be a little bit less video action for a while. I'm not deciding to stop. The reason is I need to get the balance right between actually making a few things and just putting videos together. The videos I'm doing are obviously very basic. There's no great sound in here or anything like that, but you've still got to make the effort to fire up a laptop, do a little bit of editing, all the rest of it, and it's surprising how all that adds up and then you don't get something finished. And I certainly, if you visit my website, I've got a little portfolio on there which is lacking. I want to get sort of 10 or 20 things on there. Not like, hey, look at me, this is crazy. Just like, well, that's what you can reasonably expect to make at home, and you know, looks like it's quite nice to do that, and the outcome's pretty positive. So I'm going to focus on that, but I will keep a few simple videos coming along. Now, in one of the earlier vlogs I did, I mentioned the Veritas side clamping honing guide, and I've got some feedback on that video of people saying it's a defective design. People know that it's defective, they're having problems with it, and I'm eager to try that out. I've got a proper quality diamond plate there made. It's an Atomer one, it's not a cheaper import one, so you know I should still verify it, but I've bought it on the pretense that I know it's going to be good. You can trust them, they're pretty flat, and try them on a few of my edge tools just to see what I end up with. Now, and I'll compare it to the classic number 36 honing guide. This isn't a classic number 36, this is a cheap made abroad version, but these work. Have Veritas made something that's worse? A lot of people think so. The only thing I would say in Veritas's defense is, whereas Lee Nielsen have gone down a route with theirs to design it to take their tools, as far as I understand it, Veritas have made it, as I understand it, to suit a range of tools, and that's always going to be tricky because they can't maybe allow for machining tolerances on what other manufacturers have done. So it's going to be interesting. I can't judge it until I've tried, but yeah, it'd be interesting to get that one done. In the project I'm doing, I've got loads and loads of dovetails. Well, not loads, there's enough for a little project, and they're all half laps. If I feel I want to part way through, I might do that. And it's all drawers in this one, and it's a small piece, but it's got, let me think, 4 drawers, I think. I might do a little video on the drawers, we'll see how that goes. I'll try and keep a few little bits going up on the blog, but again, it's surprising how it eats into the time. And one of the things that I do seem to gain a bit of traction with is Instagram. I'm sure a lot of people watching this maybe can't be bothered with that, and that's fine. But what's nice about that is you can just snap a few photos of what you're doing, or a very quick video, and just upload it. And if, you know, I think people just enjoy that kind of little bit of a notebook thing that's going on, little micro vlog, I suppose, if you want to call it that. Sounds a bit weird. But yeah, that's done. So I'm not going anywhere, but it's really difficult. You can just kind of follow the pack and just think, okay, there seems to be people doing like how to use a winding stick video, but I want people, when they find this channel, to think, okay, let's find a link to that person's website. What do they actually make? Is there a link to some body of work that they've done? We went through that last time, as in like, who am I? And although I'm not claiming to be a fine furniture maker, it's like, okay, that guy's competent. He's worked as a joiner and a carpenter. He makes things at home. I can see the outcome. He's not reinventing the wheel, but he's actually doing what he says he does. So then when you put techniques in front of that and say, okay, these are the techniques I'm using, here's the outcomes, it feels like it's a bit more credible. Whereas sometimes I think you see a lot of people putting forward technique videos, but you don't see much of a portfolio, if any. And I think that's maybe the wrong balance. So yeah, that's where it is, and thanks for all of you for tuning in, and I'm sure we'll catch up soon. Okay, cheers out.